Top 7 Craziest Urban Climbing Videos. YouTube has quickly become the place to share videos. Whether it's priceless memories, crazy stunts, or even just news, millions of people tune in every day. However, YouTube is also home to some of the craziest urban climbers in the world. Risking their lives for the viewers, these daredevils conquer the highest peaks from coast to coast. In today's video, we'll be covering 7 of the craziest urban climbing videos. Number 7. The Transmission Tower. Kicking things off light, we have a video coming from an urban climber by the name of Dylan Frazier. Posting a clip titled POV Radio Tower Climb, we get a taste of what's to come. Locating a secured radio tower in a city, our fearless climber Dylan decides to scale the outer security fences so he can begin his journey. Although it's a much smaller climb than our upcoming entries, it definitely still leaves my palms sweaty. Upon reaching the peak, him and a friend stand right on the edge, and even take turns hanging each other off the side in a literal life and death situation. Honestly, all it takes is one slip of the hand or one wrong step to send these two plummeting to their deaths, but I think that's half the reason they do it. The adrenaline rush must be insane. Making it down safely, the two make a clean getaway and live to tell about it. Number 6. The Slovenia Radio Tower. Up next, we take things to new heights. Posted on YouTube by an urban climbing group known as the Inertius, this dynamic duo definitely isn't afraid of heights. Posting a video titled Radio Tower Climb, him and a friend decide to earn their spot on the urban climbing rankings by scaling the highest radio tower in Slovenia. After locating the target, they make the tiring and lengthy climb to the top. Ending up at a viewing platform of sorts, their fun isn't over yet. They decide to go balls out and climb the thin mast that jets out towards the sky. With so many risks involved, the whole idea is just insane. Not only is there a risk of falling to your death, but climbing super powerful radio towers can lead to cancer later in life due to the massive amount of radiation emitted. Although it's unknown if this tower is still active or not, the ballsy nature of this duo earns them an indefinite spot on my list. Number 5. The IZD Tower. Known as the IZD Tower, this 37-story skyscraper located in Vienna, Austria is home to some amazing views. However, today's list isn't covering posh offices. Instead, we'll be getting an outside look at this amazing building. Posted by an urban climber known as Roofing Vienna, we follow our host as he enters the building. Making his way to the staircase, he climbs the tiring 37 floors to reach one final locked door. Now, as most of us would expect, the door's locked for security. However, hilariously, it appears whoever was in charge actually left the key hidden behind the fire alarm. After opening up the roof access door, he makes a beeline for the mast of the building. Making one final climb that would leave me pissing my pants, he continues the slow and steady task until he finally reaches the very pinnacle of this architectural wonder. Hanging out at the peak, he gives a panoramic view of the city that literally makes it all worth it. Honestly, I can't imagine the feeling you get when you're literally almost on top of the world. Number 4. The Lloyd's Building. Home to the world-famous insurance institution known as Lloyd's of London, this $75 million building boasts over 14 floors and thousands of offices. Catching the eye of urban explorers and climbers, the building has recently been under renovation, leading to several cranes being placed atop. Posted by a YouTuber known as Dying Llama, we see a video simply titled Lloyd's 100 Meters. Deciding to climb the infamous tower, this fearless daredevil begins by finding an exterior fence to hop over. Leading to a maze of twists and turns, he continues to navigate through the staircases as he makes his way up. After several hours, the night begins to turn to day as our host finally reaches the top. Deciding it isn't quite enough for him, he sets his sights on climbing the cranes attached above. Finally reaching the very pinnacle of the building, he pulls some stomach-turning stunts by hanging off the side and literally dangling hundreds of feet above the busy streets below. This guy has some serious balls, there's no questioning it, but just to prove it, he even posted a butt-naked photo dangling above the city. Honestly, I laughed my ass off as it was totally unexpected. I gotta give this guy 2 thumbs up. Number 3. The Tallest Chimney in Europe. Inching closer to the top spot, we reach an entry that was posted by a YouTuber known as OJ Adventures. Scouting out his location, he decides to aim high, literally, picking out the tallest flue gas stack chimney in Europe. Originally built in 1976, it's over 1,180 feet high, or over 360 meters. Built to ensure that pollution emissions were removed from the valley it resides in, it's a true sight to see. Deciding it's time to make the insane climb to the top, our fearless host packs his bags and begins by slowly climbing the rickety steel ladders. When I first watched this clip, it was hard to believe. The thing looks really aged and in pretty bad shape, with most of the ladders totally rusted out. Putting fear aside, he really doesn't seem to care. As he powers on, platform to platform, ladder to ladder, it seems almost like it won't end. After what seems like an eternity, he reaches the absolute pinnacle. Complete with a selfie stick, we see some views that are truly breathtaking as our fearless friend stands emotionless, even going so far as to slowly walk around the edge. I definitely hope to see more from this guy, although I recommend he purchases some good health insurance before his next mission, you know, just in case. Number 2, the Chimney Hammock. Heading to Romania, I stumbled across a video posted by Flaviu Ceresu, an urban climber who posts a wide array of crazy stunts and challenges. Titled Hammock on a Huge Chimney, we know we're in for something special. Deciding to climb what appears to be an old industrial chimney, him and a friend pack up some supplies and begin the ascent at nightfall. Although initially, the clip is pretty dark, we get a glimpse of what the guys are up to as they climb to the very top. Setting up camp, the video resumes in the morning as we see the two guys in what appears to be some outdoor hammocks. Now, this isn't your average campout. These guys are dangling over 200 meters or 656 feet above the ground. Giving some more information in the video description, he explained that him and a friend set up the hammocks overnight so they could sleep atop and view the sunrise. While it may sound good on paper, I honestly think this is one of the most dangerous entries on the list. I'm no hammock expert, but I would be willing to bet that it's very easy to come untied or even rip through the hammock. Putting my life in the hands of a fabric hammock that was likely built in a sweatshop is definitely not on my list of things to do. Opinions aside, I have to hand it to these two for making it out alive. Number 1, the Crane Dangler. Reaching the number 1 spot, we head back over to the country of Russia. One thing I've learned after being online for years is that Russians are willing to do some crazy shit. Putting caution aside, we see a video titled "In Russia, Fear Doesn't Exist," which is pretty accurate. The video starts off with a young man slowly walking across the top of a crane. Hundreds of feet above the traffic below, the guy makes several passes as he walks back and forth like it's nothing. Devoid of any safety harnesses, he seems like he has a death wish. After making a few passes on top, he decides to dangle himself from the crane in a life and death game of monkey bars. I gotta give this guy props. He has some serious balls, but even one sweaty palm could result in him becoming roadkill. Continuing to taunt the Grim Reaper, this young Russian definitely earned the number 1 spot.
Thanks for watching Top-Notch Stories. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell for notifications.